All right. So, this is another episode of Underhold. We don't know what number it is because these are going to be all kinds of out of order. Actually, this will probably be 3.
3 or 4.
3 or 4. I might upload 2 videos at once.
Hey, you never know with the Underhold. That's why you got to pay attention. Welcome back to the show. I'm Robert Sinclair.
Legal Priest is a lot of my social media handle stuff. I don't know if you have, or is you just Rob Gresham?
At Rob C. Gresham on Twitter.
Okay. So we got that out of the way. So
get them down here for us.
We're talking about Annabelle Comes Home, and because we want to talk about some of the hot poop of the weekend. It just came out Sunday, so people actually want to pay attention to this rather than us talking about a super old movie. So I've seen it. Rob hasn't. I'm going to talk about it a little bit and play off him. He knows some more stuff about some of the other...
Yeah, I have a feeling not seeing it or having seen it will not affect anything here. It's a doll, the haunted doll movie, right? Jesus Christ. Can't they just light it on fire? Have they not tried lighting it on fire?
I'm trying to think if they explained anything like that. Well, no, I guess it needs the main spirit to be connected to it still, otherwise it just roams free?
Yeah, see, I'm not sure. It's like, so... From the original story, from what I hear, the doll was bought... You can correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
so I'm just going off of like real world lore.
Let me just go back here. I haven't really watched the previous Annabelle films. Really, I remember seeing part 1 and 2. I think actually at your house where your parents were watching.
Yeah, I might have watched
Annabelle
like 1.
75% of part 1 and 2, but still not like beginning to end completely.
Yeah. All I know is they're not as cool as the Insidious movies. Mm-hmm. They got Bob Shaye's wife as the main star. Trying to remember her.
Farmiga?
No, she's the woman who plays the Warrens, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I keep wanting to say like Miguel Ferraro, but that's not right. Yeah. Her name's different than Miguel.
And I think the other guy's the guy from Heroes, right? Horn-rimmed glasses guy? Maybe it isn't.
Yeah, I'm not even sure who's all. I know Patrick.
We're just gonna make all this stuff up.
Yeah, who cares about these guys?
No.
The stars of these Warrens are losers.
No, the Warrens are great because I feel like people put themselves in their shoes, like they wish they were paranormal investigators. Like, oh, that's just like me when I have visions. Or
and like ghost hunters.
I think a lot of people put themselves, especially in the woman's shoes, of like, I think I see spirits too. That's my.
I almost remember the actor. I think who played the male Warren. See, I don't even know Ed and something. Elizabeth? Yeah. No, probably really wrong. That's why...
He's not the actor from Stretch, though, right? He's another guy similar to him, right?
Yeah, not the guy from Stretch, but he was the dude from...
Stretch is kind of cool.
Watchmen.
Okay.
He played Owlman.
Oh, yeah.
It's Patrick something.
Yeah. Patrick, not Warburton.
No, yeah, Patrick, not Warburton.
I think it is the guy from Heroes.
Yeah, and he was also in...
He was the cheerleader's dad or something.
Yeah, I don't think it was that guy, no. But he looks very similar to that. Okay. I know who you're talking about. But,
generic white guy.
Yeah. He's definitely got that generic white guy face. He's Irish guy.
Even more generic.
Yeah. Cause that's on the Underhold. We don't really care who the actors are or what backgrounds are.
I'm just get worse and worse with age over time anyway. So.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, from what I know about the real life story of this haunted doll, it's based on a Raggedy Andy doll. That's
not porcelain.
Like a fake one. Then I think someone called the doll Robert. Like it was and the doll was bought for like a sick kid. It's a terrible name, Robert. I mean, it's my name. I know how scary it can be. When you hear that name yelled across the room, butthole gets that tight. Doesn't matter who you could not be named Robert, and you hear that name screamed, you're gonna be afraid for a minute. At least that's what I think. This doll was bought for a sick kid who was supposed to be happy that she got a doll or something like that. And then when she died, the parents were like because it didn't work. But now the doll is somehow connected to our sick kid or our dead kid. And so the parents apparently kept this doll around because it was like a memory to them. Yeah. But then the dolls got handed down to like some sorority sisters or something like that who kept thinking the doll was possessed.
That's how it ended up with the Warrens, I think.
Yeah, and so they called
that stuff. Okay.
And the Warrens at the time were all getting famous because they were researching the Amityville horror. They were connected to that. And so they were called up to get this doll, and they essentially just gave them the doll. And to this day, Robert, the Raggedy Andy doll, is in this glass case in the Warrens' place. and it's one of their main attractions.
Apparently,
so here's a clip of
Miss
Robert.
Warren's
I'll
dead now,
mark it
yes.
right in. Yeah, they're both gone now. Thanks to all the other P.T. Barnum types out there. I mean, they were the original ghost hunters walking around like, can you hear that? Knock, knock, knock. Oh, ghosts. Fucking
Did you
fakes.
feel that? No, we're watching a video. We didn't feel that.
Yeah, just complete fakes. In fact, the dude that helped write the Amityville Horror.
Like the story of the Warrens, but by so-and-so.
Yeah, it was like a lawyer that was helping out with the entire story. He owns all the cinematic rights to all the Warrens.
Scientology shit there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Owning everything.
The lawyers own the catalog to their ghost hunting stuff. And that was like their deal they made when they published the Amityville Horror book, which, later was proven as this big fraud.
Yeah.
Because they were writing it to make it all more and more salacious and scary. The Exorcist had just come out a few years before.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
the hot
horror
ticket.
was the thing in Hollywood, especially demonic horror. And so this lawyer...
just pre-satanic panic.
We'll figure out another picture of that lawyer, because we'll do some more research once we get this thing edited together. But he owned all the rights to the Warrens' stories. Mm-hmm. So when they put Annabelle... It actually wasn't even Annabelle, The Conjuring. Mm-hmm. When they put out The Conjuring Part 1, this guy was like, wait a minute, that's one of my stories. So I'm suing Warner Brothers and who else?
Warner Brothers is trying to claim, because you mentioned this, that it's a true story, so you can't own it.
So that was what Warner Brothers countered with. So as this dude went to the court and said, hey, I own all of the Warrens' supernatural ghost hunting stories for their cinematic rights. I own all those stories. You can't publish them after mine. They're like, well, you can't copyright the truth. Mm-hmm. So Warner Brothers literally argued that...
Good argument.
Ghosts are real. All of the Warrens' investigations were 100% real, and so they had to prove in court that supernatural exists. Cue the Rob Zombie. It's not something that's supposed to happen, but it does happen. Well, they lost that case. And they ended up... It was a settled out of court kind of a thing. So he accepted a shitload of money. They went on with Conjuring 2, and now they made the Conjuring verse, or the Warren verse, everyone's got to have their
So now
franchise.
essentially a writer/artist, he get paid a lot of money arguing that it's fake.
Yeah, so he argued that it was all fake, that he helped make up some of these stories to sell these books where they originally appeared.
Yeah.
And they argued it was real life, so they can't copyright it. Now it's complete fiction off the rails.
Yeah.
Because, well...
But all this this Annabelle's real. Now they literally had to say this is fake in order to get money.
Yeah.
And it reminds me a little bit of the Devil's... the Keanu Reeves film, The Devil's Attorney, but...
The Devil's Advocate.
The end scene has this, big painting that comes alive.
Amazing sculpture, right? It's from the Vatican.
I think it was a painting just having to do with hell or something, and it gets animated and comes alive in the movie. And I think the artist might have let them use the painting, but was not told it was going to be altered.
Right. They were supposed to be able to use the image of this, and they completely made it into this orgiastic sex demonic thing, and they sued over that. And
almost all the money from that movie ended up going to that. Mm-hmm. So, but. Just on this side note, I want to mention it because
of a movie being way better than the book.
Yeah.
That book sucks. It sucks. You're like, there's none of that cool sex in them. The dude just gets played the whole time. And he ends up in jail, and the devil's like, ha, you went to jail. I'm like, Keanu Reeves movie's way better.
Anybody who's seen John Wick 3 and Devil's Advocate, imagine the glass room with the big video screen, but instead of all the shit it has on... Imagine it with the Devil's Advocate painting, if you've seen both. Because I so wish they would have bought that. It would have been such a cool little Easter egg, and it would have just looked great on top of it.
That was kind of weird. You could almost look at the Devil's Advocate being when Al Pacino's divorce case with Beverly D'Angelo got way too crazy. He started to take
any role.
Yeah, because after that, what did he play? Every crazy pedophile that's ever existed for HBO.
He kind of ended up having a lot of roles all at once.
He's like, I'm Joe Paterno, I'm Jack Kevorkian. Who hasn't he played at this point? Who's the next
almost
crazy
what's his
old
name's
guy
going through now? The guy from Taxi Driver.
Yeah, Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro doing everything.
Yeah, divorce. Divorce, man. If you're an actor in Hollywood,
okay,
kill your wife.
Back to Annabelle Comes Home after
10
minutes, right?
Yeah, for 5-10 minutes.
this is part 3. Part 1 and 2 I've only known a little bit about, but I'm like, what I want out of the Conjuring movies is kind of like some jump scares, some a lot of spirits that try and scare you but don't really do too much to you, in actual honesty. They're not exactly going up there and throwing you against, well, I guess sometimes they're throwing you against the ceiling, but a lot of the times they're like, oh, I'm scary, and they don't do too much.
Yeah, what's the threat these ghosts or entities even do? Because I'm like, are you here to steal stuff from the house? Are you gonna take my soul?
So they kind of just become generally malevolent.
Yeah, are you just a shitty roommate now that's like, oh, you causing crap again at the house? Yeah. What the hell?
So this movie actually kind of takes a slight turn into being almost a little bit more 80s, almost maybe slightly 70s, but almost like to scare babysitters and stuff, like the Halloween era.
Okay.
So
definitely no sex kind of a thing like
no,
that.
Actually, when it comes to rating, there's not much blood in the movie. It's very surprising it's rated R.
Do they drop a lot of N-bombs or something?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
although I don't think there's any black people in the movie at all. It's
get your shit together. Yeah, so come on. We just learned this year that if you go with tropes,
their diversity is somebody is old rather than young.
Yeah. And probably has a creepy story.
I guess you don't always want the colored person to be the bad guy though too.
True. It could be, and you don't want them to die first. That's kind of should be the rule of thumb. I think if for the next few horror movies we have, they should be more like Us.
Yeah.
That film where it's
that's
please treat everyone as human beings with normal lives that do normal shit, that have normal motivations and agendas that can get caught up in horrific situations. That's a horror movie. Yeah. And if you're always got the token minority character that gets the fear for that character dissipates because you're I know who gotta die first.
And none of the characters in this movie have really any. They're not full characters, really, for the most part.
Does it progress the storyline of Annabelle? Do we learn anything about this possessed doll and its future? Or do we just here's who it fucks with this week?
No, okay, so the doll itself is just, it attracts spirits. It starts out with the Warren's daughter is going to be babysat for a weekend because the Warrens are off doing their Warren stuff. And so she has
some poor woman out of her life savings by
she has a babysitter and
radiator's a ghost.
The babysitter's best friend decides to crash the babysitting because her dad died and she knows about the Warrens, and there's a subplot of a boy that the babysitter likes who lives across the street. And
they always live across the street.
Yeah.
And you have a boy in your house, there's a girl across the street, talk to his parents.
There's nothing too deep here, the girl who crashes the place, she has a dad who died, so she kind of has it in her head that she wants to find something that allows her to contact her dad a little bit. Everybody gets kind of separated a little bit here and there. She sneaks into the evil Warren room.
There was the Friday the 13th trophy room of haunted shit.
Yeah.
If you have haunted
from Friday the 13th, the series.
Yeah, why would you stick all of your haunted shit in one room?
Well, there's a lock and they bless it.
Did Ghostbusters work?
Yeah,
they had technology. They didn't have a couple of blessings.
Yeah.
They had straight up tech. Nope, ghosts got it out. You don't put them all in one spot. I think that should be a rule. If you got, how do you even trap ghosts? I mean, obviously this is beyond.
Well, with locks. That's how they do it. Locks and a blessing.
Yeah, and we better keep it around so we can get some cash off it. Because why would you keep these murderous items in your house? Just burn them.
Yeah.
Burn them all. Burn Annabelle. Makes no sense to keep.
Well, they kind of say the spirits will just get out and cause chaos. I think is kind of the idea.
So this evil entity is anchored to the doll, and as long as they keep it trapped in this, it's
and then when the doll is not in its prism, it'll just attract more ghosts.
Oh.
So she messes with literally everything in the room, which is pretty amusing. It's very
don't buy your kids dolls. That's what it says.
Definitely a little bit more of an older horror movie kind of thing, very 80s to me at least. It felt that way. And then
dark comedy in it at the same time.
Yeah, the spirits start kind of going crazy from then on through the movie, and since they're in this house at night, there's the babysitter thing, which is kind of an old trope. the daughter in particular can see spirits like her mom. It doesn't become too much of a thing. But then what's funny is one of the spirits is a werewolf. A CGI werewolf.
Those
kind of like the
worked.
goofiest worst thing in the movie.
Yeah.
And what's also funny is it serves as just a plot device to prevent them from leaving the house.
Oh, okay.
So they're stuck in the house because there's the evil werewolf outside that prevents them from going outside. So now they're stuck inside with all the villains. And you have the boyfriend who's stuck outside now with the werewolf. Well, the love interest guy throughout the movie. He's actually kind of amusing.
We just have to get to morning and we'll be okay kind of a time limit.
No time limit like that. They're just trying to get through the night, and they feel like they have to find Annabelle and put her back in the case. Because Annabelle's always being moved this way and that way. And you can tell watching the movie, even though I still enjoyed this in a weird way.
Or something.
I like this in this weird, bad horror movie way of like 80s. All these creatures that it's attracting, or some of them that have been part of the weird Warren room, are definitely like, these are possible future franchises we're testing out.
Oh no. It's like, which bizarre CGI creature was the scariest to you? Click below.
Yeah, that's totally what it is. So you have the werewolf, but that's also a throwaway because it's a plot device.
That sounds terrible.
Then you have the dress, which this dress makes people violent. So at first it just has a spirit, and eventually it goes on to one of the girls and makes her violent.
Look, I don't care what you're wearing. It's not an excuse for behavior.
Or no, I'm sure there's a joke there about like
she had a comment.
She wouldn't have worn, or like you shouldn't have worn. What is it? Like,
shouldn't have worn that dress.
Shouldn't have worn
they got all date raped.
Yeah,
is that what it?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a clumsy.
That's going to be the backstory.
Yeah,
I guarantee it. That dress movie, if that's the new one, She wore that dress. She
shouldn't have worn that dress.
Got date raped in it. Probably killed.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a wedding dress, though. One of the other monsters that's a big one that you can tell they're trying to make something out of is the ferryman. And
what is going on with this? Is
so first, when I'm watching the movie, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking like, is this like a Neverland thing? Is it supposed to be like this scary ferry that flies in the air? No, I'm completely misinterpreting it. It's a guy on a ferry boat, like in the River Stygian, and like he controls like spirits with coins over their eyes.
Okay, that's like Charon.
Yeah,
Charon's the boatman on the River Styx.
So that's the most effective of him, and he's always has these coin stuff going on.
Yeah, that's because you got to pay him. Yeah, cross.
So that's going to probably be another film as the Ferryman movie. Hopefully it's better than The Nun, because anything's better than Nun. Nun was terrible.
Yeah, like, The Nun should have just been about a nun going around and beating the shit out of 13-year-old kids at school. Because that would have been it, you know, just bam, across the knuckles. Your mother going to hell for having you, bam, across the knuckles.
I saw,
Bad
like...
memories.
Yeah, I don't know who... I wouldn't be surprised if somebody used a pseudonym to bring out that movie. I need to look that up because it was bad.
Oh, goodness. So
then you find out like it's secretly Max Castle or something.
Some old homage to like, this is how we'll put it in. It was like just like how he did Casablanca. No, I think it's if you're gonna deal with scary toys or scary dolls, definitely ride Child's Play's coattails. For this movie to come out in the summer, I mean, this looks like this is low budget tripe. This is what should have been out October 3rd. You know, steal a couple of bucks right.
I mean, it's almost all filmed in the house the whole time.
This movie can't make money.
Location.
It's rated R, so who's going to go watch it? Right?
Oh, it just looks like it
this is a weekend where Toy Story 4 is going to have a giant opening, or a giant third, fourth weekend.
Second weekend, I think.
Because that's where the kids are going to be buying Toy Story tickets to sneak into this.
I don't think
and it shouldn't even have been rated R from what I'm hearing. No blood, no titties.
The other spirit is the demon that I think was in the other Annabelle films. I think maybe from the Conjuring 2. It's a horned red.
That's the dude from Insidious.
No, because that's a separate franchise.
Are they a separate franchise?
Well, but it does look like in.
But the red faced guy is.
It does look like it. But I believe that they showed it in like the Conjuring 2 as well or something.
They have.
That was a dumb.
I mean, Insidious verse has 4 movies at this point, right?
So basically, the blood in the movie. Yeah, I think so. The blood in the movie is like a vomit scene, which I think they had in a previous Conjuring film. and it's very quick. It's like a second, and then like a woman who's already stabbed. That's really all the gore that's in it. It's not much.
It's got to be rated
PG-13.
Rated R because of spooky Satan and the Bible Belt and the morons.
There's a lot of jump scares. I don't know if I'm handling jump scares more or if they just handled it in a way that it's a lot of jump scares. It's the perfect movie for like a teenage girl slumber party where afterwards they're gonna play a Ouija board and then
light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Yeah. This is totally like the movie that's totally meant for that, and that's kind of what I wanted.
But it's rated R, so the teenagers who would be watching this won't get to.
Yeah.
And nobody who's 17 is like, why don't I watch this piece of shit?
So some reasons I might like it might be an expectation game. It's what I wanted kind of out of the series. Because it's not my favorite style of horror film. I generally prefer lots of different ones, like the old school Ravenous one where they're eating cannibals or eating body.
Wendigo. See, to me, I'm
Halloween
into
and
this
stuff
genre.
like that.
Like, this is the genre I like.
But this is the spirit genre I like.
Possession, demonic stuff. I think there's some primal fear we all have with the religious.
But this one veers a little bit into
spookiness.
Slumber Party Massacre.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah.
That's where that 80s vibe you were getting comes in.
Or Scream even. Just not necessarily that.
Yeah, if it has too much humor.
No, there's not too much humor in it.
Okay. That could be where it fails.
There's the boyfriend, well, the love interest kid. He's kind of funny. So he puts some levity in, so there's a little
clearly
bit of
killed by the
levity.
werewolf, it sounds like.
No, I don't think
anybody die?
No,
because if
dies.
anybody died in any of the things the Warrens were involved in, they would have gotten sued. Because they are con artists. And Warner Brothers is stealing the money from the teenagers of our country for this tripe. The Warrens are reconning people.
Hey, let's reveal one of that poster with the.
So let's look at this one here.
This is bonus content.
Bonus content we got from the Conjuring universe.
The producers of the Conjuring universe.
The guy that was on that one movie with
the Curse of La Llorona, which I haven't seen. So
now, if from what I'm seeing in this commercial,
children.
Yeah. Well, if you know anything about, and this is gonna sound horrific, and not researched well, but this is
it's just a skosh racist.
Definitely a skosh.
Oh,
but if you look at,
I was joking.
You know where I'm going on this probably because it's a psychic connection. There's something odd about Mexican, Central American horror stories that have to do with women. Almost I won't say 9 times 10, more like 8 times out of 10, the woman in the ghost story will kill the children. It's a constant theme of women killing the children in Mexican horror.
Don't piss off your mom or your grandma.
Yeah, and that's literally, so when I seen this, I'm like, okay, somebody pissed off this lady and she killed those kids. That's all I know.
I'm trying to remember back if people try to take their little kids.
She wants your kids.
So that would be... You go, hey, you listen up or La Llorona.
We need to bring that back. Hey, you start behaving. Trump's ice trucks are going to take you out of here. You want to go into a little fucking Trump ice camp? Do you? With no soap or beds? Aluminum blankets.
Here's the YouTube footage.
Yeah.
Channel 6 News.
Fucking Trump concentration camps. Yeah, that'll get your kids to go to sleep. And no, bring me La Llorona.
Isn't there that video of that little girl meeting Trump and just like freaking out? Like
I think that's a fake video. I think a clown came in originally or some kind of school mascot, and it was re-edited. And the family was actually pretty upset because they're like, it was a traumatizing event for the child that was being used as a gag. But I mean,
that's too good.
That was pretty prophetic. That poor little girl.
Okay, did I forget anything? Oh, it seems like everybody hates this one and liked the second one, so. That's the other thing. I'm spoiling the hell out of the movie. I mean, everybody's probably seen it. So.
It's what you expect when you go in. That was your overall take.
My take. I wanted a spirit movie with some jump scares. I liked the take of having the babysitter stuff. It just made me think of like
any sheer clothing for the babysitter. Do we get nipples?
I had a feeling they were all like 25 tufts? Years old playing 15-year-olds, but I could be wrong.
Trying to look for why possibly it's rated
the black-haired girl looked really good. I'm sure I'm going to sound like a chimo now. I'm going to look up online. She's 13.
And then stick it out like, Arya Stark, oh my god, oh wait, boop, 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 22. Start washing your face over and over again.
There
Like,
needs to be a
with all your
hashtag
clothes
for
on.
that. When you find out they're of age.
Hashtag
get
whew,
worried.
Arya.
All right. If you made it this far, comment hashtag whoo Arya.
Down below and tell us how we were wrong about Annabelle and how it was great.
Yeah.
Tell us who the hell Patrick, whatever dude is.
Tell us how bad our video and our video or sound is. I mean, just anything. Or don't comment at all.
And the Ferrara chick, she's gotta be doing.
Who's Ferrara?
She plays
Farmiga.
Yeah, Farmiga Ferrara.
Formaldehyde.
She just was in that What They See Us movie, or When They See Us on Netflix, where she's this evil prosecutor after this Central Park 5. So
she's great.
Yeah.
She's great.
I wouldn't. She's
like a notch below Tilda Swinton.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah,
I was gonna say she was
too.
like Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, she has a little bit of a genericness to her, but
yeah.
She's pretty good.
I think I remembered one movie where she was like Running Scared. That's the movie I think I remember her in, and she's with Paul Walker, and she's like the wife of him, and she's a great underrated actress. I've seen her in a lot more things out of this franchise. I mean, could you when she's 50 and having those Helen Mirren years, and she's like, this is what I'm famous for. Like Helen Mirren, she used to walk around going like, "Did you see my titties in that?" And fucking, was it Caligula? Damn, people are like, Helen Mirren, I'll still fuck you, right? Anyway, tag below if you want to fuck Helen Mirren, and
just if you have any suggestions of anything else we should watch or talk about, because we've seen a lot.
Yeah, what Netflix gems, Prime gems, what are we missing out on that more people should know about? What do you think we should look at?
Yeah, if it's on a streaming service, that's awesome. That's better. But if it's not, it's fine. We're gonna put out a Green Inferno video, either before this or after. Probably right after this. Maybe even like hours after this. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might
probably
be smashing that. I might
probably our last good.
I might wait.
Film
I might wait a couple days to put that out. But I mean, I don't think that's on any streaming services right now.
I last saw it on
I don't know if
HBO
I should put that in as a
now.
hidden. Well, that would still be a hidden gem.
So
that's still worth.
Green Inferno
watching.
it's worth checking out. I think for the
maybe
satire.
I won't put hidden gem on it.
Yeah.
Even though I love Eli Roth, but that's me.
Hey, Eli Roth, he's got his death wishes.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, see you next time on the.
Peace out, and some other catchy thing that we're gonna say every video at the end. Like, favorite, subscribe. I don't know. I can't be young.
Yeah, check for the Underhold.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Wait. There's gonna be the suggested videos. What side would they be on when we're looking at?
That's where I get to choose them. We can choose them.
Oh darn! Because
You're
ruining my gag. I wanted to go on the wrong side and go like, see, we know YouTube, but then our heads are totally being covered up.
This is where you're subscribed on right here.
This is the suggested videos, and I'm sure they're gonna say
this is watch this music video from fucking
Found Flicks and Pay or Wait. I've seen a couple of each other. That's what you call the Underhold.
That's the Underhold. Good night.